combat Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay?
Seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother. Everybody comes in, your grandma. Everybody comes in, your grandmother. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa. Lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hello, users! And welcome to another episodic installation of the Gosh Darn. I'm a little sneezy this morning. I'm having an allergic reaction to something. I don't know. And there's a dog. His name is Max, and he's woofing it up. So it's my morning. But hello, users, and hello, and hi, and hello. So, got a show going on today. I'd like to say hello. Today, on today's show, I'd like to say hello to the users in the chat room. Today, actually, that's the ideal scenario. I'm gonna blow my nose. Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic broadcast. This is the Above It All show. This is the show of this is the Above It All show, and it's a show. I mean, I'm doing a show, and the show is on. It's happening actually. It's actually wait. I think it's happening right now. Shit. Okay. Y'all, what's sec? Okay, it turns out the show is actually on right now. Hold on. God damn, I blew my ears out with that one. Holy shit. Anyway, I'm having some form of an allergic reaction this morning, so I've got a lot of mucus. And it needs to blow. Not in the good dick way. So anyway, hopefully everyone's having a good morning. I'm doing a morning, and I'm in mourning today. I'm in mourning today, because it's 10 a.m. in this morning. I gotta do this again. Just hold on. Oh. Oh fuck. I got something in my eyeball. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, what am I allergic to? The air. I don't know, there's some shit going on. The leaves are changing, you all know that shit. Alright, I'm gonna drink some more coffee. Elon Musk, folks. He has purchased Twitter.com. Let's read what Fox Business has to say. I love Fox Business. They give us the business perspective on things. You know, it's Fox Business. This is where the real, this is where the stock investors are looking. This is, where the small business owners, what do these people think about Elon Musk? So anyway, here's the headline for you. Elon Musk fires Twitter's top brass after closing $44 billion deal, reports. So, I covered this a little bit yesterday. But, it's more in the news again, so I figured I'd say a couple other things on this subject. But once again, let me reiterate myself from yesterday. There are two reasons, and only two reasons, not more than two reasons, not less than two reasons, why a billionaire would want to purchase a social media company. Elon Musk claims to be the richest person in the world. I dispute that claim. But what do other richest people in the world have? What do people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, etc., what do these people have? Well, they have access to more social media data. And so there are two things why a billionaire would purchase a social media company. One, to have a platform to say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, stupid fucking garbage, and anyone and everyone has to listen to them because they have a social media platform. That's number one. Number two is social media user data. Now again, Twitter keeps extensive records on everything you ever do on the website. If you've had your account for 10 plus years, what you could do is go into the options, and what you can do is download an archive. At least I'm not sure if this is still a feature or was before. Download an archive of all of your tweets, right? And so what? That means, yes, of course, all of your tweets are archived. And not only that, but they archive your search history. They archive what tweets you click on, like when you're scrolling through your timeline. When you are scrolling through your phone application, it will track what causes you to stop scrolling. So if you're scrolling through your timeline on Twitter, on the Twitter app on your phone, and you stop to read a tweet on the timeline, even if you don't click on it, Twitter knows that you stopped on these tweets. And, again, so they have extensive user records. And so that's a lot of data. And so Elon Musk purchasing Twitter, now that means he knows what I was searching on Twitter in 2009. That's some fucked up shit. But guess what? A lot of people go like, oh, I'll just delete my account. You think that actually means anything? If you delete your account, guess what? They still have all the data. So this is the world we live in. At any point, a billionaire can buy any company and access what we were searching on Google, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, when we were 15 years old. And personally, I don't think that's good for anybody. But either way, let's see what Fox Business has to say here. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has fired several top Twitter executives after officially taking control of the company Thursday evening. A source with knowledge of the matter told Fox Business that Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, CFO Ned Segal, and Vijaya Gade, head of legal policy, trust, and safety, were fired. Musk had fired? I mean, like, were they fired? Like, were they really fired? Do we have to use this language? I mean, they were fired. Like, I'm sure all of them knew that they would be leaving after Elon. I mean, Elon Musk has said he would, like, so were they really fired? I mean, like, fired to me seems like it's abrupt. You know what I mean? It makes it feel like, whoa, you got fired, you know? But, like, they knew that this was happening. They knew that this was their last day. So it's like, okay. Well, actually, they thought their last day would be 4 or 5 months ago, or 6 months ago, and Elon Musk took fucking forever. So as far as I'm convinced, like, I mean, fired is not really the word here. Musk had accused the three of misleading him and investors over the number of fake accounts on the platform. Now, again, that's wrong. Like, that's just a lie. And this is something, you know, that needs to really be understood about this quote-unquote high-profile legal battle, is it's not a high-profile legal battle. Elon Musk, what he wants to do is he wants to build a mythology, right? This is the area that billionaires are in, is mythology making, right? Jeff Bezos builds a mythology around himself. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. These billionaires love to build a mythology around them, but no one, and I'm going to say this, and you can view this as whatever you want, no one comes even anywhere close to how Elon Musk has constructed his own mythology. Again, people, like, if you go out there and ask who founded Tesla, people are really going to say Elon Musk. That's not true. That's factually not true. Elon Musk bought Tesla from its founders and then started retroactively lying about him starting and founding Tesla. He did not found Tesla. What he did was he bought it and then did like a second founding after he got all their technology, and then now he calls himself a founder. It's just a straight up lie. He lies about his involvement with PayPal. He lies about his involvement with SpaceX and how deeply involved he is in the research in SpaceX. Literally all he does is pay smart people to do things for him, and then he takes credit for it. That's it. Oh, Starlink. Wow, the genius. Elon Musk. You think Elon Musk was sitting down at the fucking table and fucking like, or at the computer and coding up the Starlink? He wasn't doing that. He was in a building, like a fucking meeting room, and fucking eating Cheetos, and was like, what if we had like, you know, like satellite internet, man? And then he paid people a bunch of money to do that for him, okay? Like this idea that billionaires are like somehow smart or something. Like at least Mark Zuckerberg, like at least he had some ability to make a fucking shitty ass website, at least at the very minimum. Elon Musk is not nearly that talented. He's just, you know, you can argue about this, but, you know, he's a very charismatic myth maker. That's what he is. I don't know why the website just reloaded. But that's what he is. I mean, like, full stop. So the reason why he engaged in this prolonged legal fight is, again, to build the myth that he was going in there and the liberal fucking... the woke libs at Twitter were lying to him, and he went in there and he exposed the lies, and he kicked those libtard wokes to the curb. Like, that's not true. Like, he just lied. He made up some bullshit. Like, Twitter is like, yeah, it's probably about like 5%. He's like, well, it's closer to 10%. Right? And then they just fought about it. There was no evidence from either side. And that, like, again, nothing actually happened. But I guarantee you, 10 years from now, if Twitter's still a thing in 10 years, I guarantee you motherfuckers are going to be running around here saying that Elon Musk, maybe people will be saying Elon Musk is the founder of Twitter. Maybe. It's possible. He might do a second founding like he did with Tesla. But again, you know, like, it's just like, it's all about the mythology. That's all they want to do, is they want to construct this aura around them that's completely fake. It's made up. They just construct it like based on like how they manipulate the news media to cover them, and that's all it is. So again, you know, And I'm not going to really comment here on how Elon Musk is going to handle the website. I heard a report that he's going to unban everyone who's ever been banned. I'm sure that's going to go well. Does that include Donald Trump? I'm sure that's going to go well. But again, does Donald Trump want to go back to Twitter? Right? Like, Donald Trump has invested a lot of money into his own other fucking application. It would be really funny if he just threw it under the bus if he's allowed back on Twitter. That'd be funny. But anyway, Musk previously said he plans to cut Twitter staffing from about 7,500 to 2,000 employees, a nearly 75% decrease. Twitter did not respond to Fox Business's request for comment. I'm sorry that I'm so sneezy this morning. Something's going on in the air today. The move came after Musk closed his $44 billion deal to take off... Legal battle ensued. Got to sync. Okay, there you go. What did he say? There's currently a great danger that social media will splinter into far right and far left wing echo chambers and generate more hate and divide in our society. As if, like, the far left. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, these people, these, like, fucking centrists, the far left and the far right are equally as bad. Like, really? Really? Okay. Like, it's a basic, right? Like, can you name one terrorist attack that a far leftist committed? Meanwhile, far right-wingers are fucking doing terrorist attacks every day. Like, these motherfuckers are shooting up schools. They're fucking shooting up parades. They're fucking trying to, like, blow up fucking election offices. They're fucking invading the Congress. Like, these right-wing motherfuckers are insane. They're insane. Now, I guarantee you, this motherfucker were to actually genuinely answer the question I asked about left-wing terrorism, they're going to say something like fucking Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, goddamn, the blacks are running through the streets, goddamn. Like, that's probably what he's going to say. And one, there's no evidence that Black Lives Matter protesters are even left-wing. I mean, I'm telling you this. I was pretty involved with lots of protests over the last couple of years. There is no evidence at all in any way, shape, or form to believe that Black Lives Matter is a solely left-wing movement. When I was protesting, there's a lot of just out-and-out right-wingers that don't like police brutality. Like conservatives. Again, a lot of people don't like cops killing people, right? That's not a left-wing virtue, right? That's just a virtue. Not wanting to be murdered by police is just a virtue, right? That's not a left-wing virtue. Now, again, is it possible and probable and likely, and I'm going to say yes, that most Black Lives Matter protesters were probably way left-wing? That's true, but it is not an exclusive thing. And again, that's not left-wing terrorism. If something happens during a fucking goddamn political unrest, that's not terrorism, right? But anyway, unless it's specifically targeted. Like, for example, if you target the Capitol with your stupid-ass fucking dumbass protest and then invade the Capitol and then try to kill police officers and then try to kill members of Congress, that sounds a lot more like a terrorist attack than throwing a garbage can through the window of a small business and moving on. I'm just saying that, right? But again, this idea that the people that are deemed as the highest intelligence in the world, the intelligentsia of the planet Earth, are like the far left and the far right are basically the same. Like, I mean, come on now. Come the fuck on now. The far right goes out there and tries to make it illegal for you to see a doctor. Can you name one time where a left-winger has wanted to advocate for legislation to make it so a minority group can't go to the doctor? Anyone? Does anyone want to present to me that example? No, of course not. Right, so again, who is promulgating the hate and division? Left-wingers are like, hey, maybe we shouldn't try to murder transgender people. Maybe we shouldn't try to restrict people's access to get an abortion if they need one. Maybe we shouldn't try to, throw gay people in jail for having anal sex. Maybe that shouldn't be a thing. Right-wingers are like, I want to kill the gays. I want to kill the transes. I want to ban condoms. I want to ban abortion. And I want to make you a slave if you're a woman. Right? That's what right-wingers are saying. But it's equal. It's split down the middle. The hate and division of our society is on both sides. Right? Like, again, like this fucking fantasy land shit, man. But whatever. I personally don't think that much is going to change. Like, oh, Musk took over Twitter, as if Twitter was like ran really well to begin with. Twitter was a garbage can fucking dumpster fire website to begin with. So, I mean, is it possible to get worse? Absolutely. It's always possible to fucking get worse. But is it possible that it gets better? Who knows? But what is the possibility of it staying exactly the same? Very high. It's very likely that Twitter is going to stay almost identical to how it's been, at least for the time coming. It's possible Elon Musk might turn Twitter into like some metaverse application. Who knows, right? But, we'll see. Anyway, That's the big news of the day. I got it over with first because, you know, I feel like I said everything I needed to say yesterday, but I threw some extra shit on there anyway. Why not? Oh, man. I am fucked up. My, like, goddamn nostrils right now. My nostrils are fucked up right now. Holy shit. Y'all, I would like to remind everyone to subscribe to my new YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel for Doom speedruns. If you haven't subscribed yet, I am currently very close to 11% of the way to monetization. So if you want to help me get to 100% so that I can monetize, that would be great. But I'm currently 11% of the way to monetization. So if you want to back me up, that'd be cool, but you don't have to, but you should, and you can unsubscribe later once I get monetized, and that's fine with me. But if you want to do a solid and sub for 6 months at the very least, that'd be cool. I don't know how long it's going to take to get that, but we'll see. Fuck shit. Yep, go subscribe there. Yesterday on twitch.tv, I got pretty drunk and also pretty high, and I played Resident Evil 8. I've been really enjoying Resident Evil 8. Trying to finish the game before Halloween. Honestly, I'm trying to finish the game before Sunday. So, what is today? Is today Friday? So, Friday, Saturday. So, ideally, I would finish Resident Evil 8 tomorrow. But I will be playing it tonight and tomorrow. Around 5:30 is when I'm going to start the stream. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time today and tomorrow. For Resident Evil 8, I just finished killing the big mommy, you know, the giant fucking bitch in the white dress that everyone wants to step on them. I know that's an old meme, but I'm now playing the game for the first time, so it's new to me. And she's dead now. I fucking murdered that bitch, so anyway, if you want to watch more of that, I will be uploading the archives to YouTube. I've just been slow. I've got a lot of shit I'm balancing here. And once again, on Halloween night, on twitch.tv, Silent Hill 2. I will be playing Silent Hill 2 all in one stream on Halloween night. I believe Halloween is Monday. So, if you want to watch me play this classic, and we're going to be talking about the remake news, we're going to be talking about the new Silent Hill movie and games and stuff for sure. That's going to be, so if you've been having any opinions or hot takes on that, I'll be playing through the whole game of Silent Hill 2 on Halloween night. I don't know when I'll start the stream. It might be around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm not sure. We'll see. So that should be fun. But anyway, just thought I'd throw that out there. Of course, give me money. You know, I got Cash App, you know, and all that stuff. So give me money if you want. I mean, this is, you know, it's a free stream. It is free. But you should give me money anyway. So, unless you can't, in which case that's fine. So, anyway, another piece of news is I will be doing a midterm election stream. When is that? When is the midterms? Is it? It's the 8th, I think. Yeah, the 8th. Okay. So I will be doing a midterm election stream. I haven't decided. Is it going to be on Twitch or YouTube? I don't know. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to be sitting here, like, looking at a screen. I'm going to be playing video games during that shit, so. It'll be like, you know, picture in picture, like, election results on one side and me playing a fucking video game in the corner, right? Because I'm not going to sit here glued to my screen like a loser, right? I'm going to celebrate that shit. I'm going to have a fun time. How much money do I need to stream up 2 platforms at the same time? I don't think I'm allowed. Home. But also, I'm not sure if my computer would allow that at this moment in time. But I'm pretty sure there's like a clause in the Twitch agreement where you're not allowed to do that. I'm not sure though. So I don't know. I'll make my decision. On that later. So if anyone, maybe I'll do a poll. If anyone wants to, you know, what do you prefer? I mean, like, I'm sure, like, really what it ultimately is about making sure people know that I'm doing the stream. And then 2, if new people would find it. So, like, what platform is more likely to have new people looking for that? YouTube or Twitch? I'm not sure. But also, I don't have the resources to stream HD on 2 different things. Start on YouTube and then go to Twitch. That's possible. Or start on Twitch and then go to YouTube. How about that? Do a pole dance? What the fuck is going on here? I mean, you have to buy the pole. That's what I thought, Andrea 66 Power. That's what I thought. Anyway, this is a new show, but, you know, I'm sorry for the sneezy. You know, that's just how it is today. Yeah, so I will say this. I'm planning on streaming a lot in November. So, a lot of people have been telling me to stream more. The Spook-Sixular, I've been focusing on horror movies this year, so I haven't been playing as many horror games, and so I haven't been streaming too much this month on Twitch.tv, but I will be streaming a lot starting November 1st. Maybe not November 1st, maybe November 2nd. I'm going to be, I got a couple of Doom projects that I'm going to launch into and all that kind of stuff, so that's my update. Anyway, god damn. I'm fucked up this morning. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, let's jump in. So, previously on the Above It All program, and that's where you cue the flashback, but previously on the Above It All program, I covered that Liz Cheney is going to be campaigning for Democrats, right? And so here we have some evidence of this. Republican Liz Cheney endorses Democrat Elisa Slotkin in Michigan race. So once again, the only reason I'm really talking about this is because personally, I'm not convinced that this is a good thing. Now, I don't know. I don't consider myself a Democrat. I know, like, I'm registered as a Democrat, but that, you know, I don't really like the Democratic Party. I only like 5 people in the Democratic Party, let's be real. So I don't consider myself a Democrat, but, like, I would be, if someone like Liz Cheney, the daughter of the architect of the Iraq War, were endorsing me, I would run. And not run for office. I mean, run away. Like, I would flee the country, right? Like, so I don't really know if this is a good thing, honestly. Like, if Liz Cheney would endorse me and I'm a Democrat, I'm gonna, you know, I know the context, right? I know it's like, okay, she's trying to go against the MAGA or whatever. I get to take all the help you can get. I understand. But, like, at the same time, man, we need to have standards, bro. Liz Cheney, for real? All right, anyway. Republican Liz Cheney is for the first time publicly supporting a Democratic congressional candidate, which with plans to campaign next week for Representative Elisa Slotkin from Michigan. Cheney, who at one point held the number 3 leadership position in the House GOP caucus, acknowledged in a statement that she and Slotkin have policy differences, but cited other reasons for her decisions. I'm proud to endorse Elisa Slotkin, Cheney wrote. Yeah, the representative from Wyoming is going to have a lot of sway in a Michigan fucking congressional fucking race. Yeah, Liz Cheney is going to turn the tides. That's the thing. It's like, does this, like, really think about it? What does this do? What is the point of this endorsement? Think about it. It's the redemption arc for Liz Cheney. That's it. All Elisa Slotkin is doing, really, when you think about it, is providing free PR for Liz Cheney's brand, right? Like, she's from Wyoming. Who gives a fuck about Liz Cheney in fucking Michigan? Like, let's be honest, right? Maybe like -7 people even know who that fuck that. I mean, I guess, you know, maybe she's more in the news now, but still, like, let's be honest here, right? Like, all Elisa Slotkin is doing is just giving her a route to redeem herself in some way without actually redeeming herself, right? She's going to increase her brand awareness in Democrats without actually doing anything. She's not actually supporting policy changes. She's not actually changing her perspectives or ideas on things. All she's doing is again, getting free PR from Democrats. I'm against that. Fuck her and fuck anyone that provides that. But of course, again, always vote for a Democrat over a Republican. Very rare exceptions. I can't think of any. I'm open to the idea that there could be an exception, but it hasn't happened in my lifetime. Anyway, Cheney is scheduled to appear with Slotkin on Tuesday in Lansing, Michigan, for what is being billed as an evening for patriotism and bipartisanship. Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. Now, again, I don't know any real details about Elisa Slotkin's district. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know about that specific district in Michigan or what the voter demographics are. I don't really know anything about the opponent, to be honest. I can assume it's a MAGA opponent. There's a lot of that shit in Michigan. Well, Elisa and I have our policy disagreements at a time when our nation is facing threats at home and abroad. We need serious, responsible, substantive members like Elisa in Congress. Cheney said, I encourage all voters in the 7th District Republicans. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. I think I've said everything I need to say about that. But I don't like it. I don't like this idea that Democrats are going to give Liz Cheney free... I'm out of fucking paper towels for my nose, by the way. Free brand awareness for really nothing in return. Like, what? Like, if Liz Cheney could, like, deliver... Like, if Liz Cheney's endorsement, like, equaled victory, I'd be willing to do that, right? Like, if Liz Cheney's endorsement was like, okay, that's gonna get enough Republicans and independents, we know that for a fact, this is gonna make us win, I'd be willing to accept that. But there's no evidence that that is true. There's no evidence that Liz Cheney has any swing or any sway, you know? Like, there's really no evidence of that at all. So to me, it's just like, what? Oh my god, man. I am so fucked up this morning. Jesus Christ. But anyway, there you go. God damn it, man. My nose. Like, I'm fucked up beyond belief right now. Oh, Jesus. Like, every time you blow your nose, it's like there's still more up there, you know? Anyway. Let's talk about this one. This is some crazy stuff. So, Nancy Pelosi, you may wonder, oh, Nancy Pelosi, I've heard that name before. Where did the name Pelosi come from? Well, it actually originated with Paul Pelosi, who is Nancy Pelosi's husband. Basically, he got fucked up, so let's read. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, was, quote, violently assaulted by an assailant who broke into their San Francisco home early Friday, and he is now in the hospital and expected to make a full recovery, her spokesman said. Holy shit. Pelosi was not in the residence at the time. Which Pelosi? Nancy or Paul? There's two people named Pelosi? And this fucking shitfuck article is going to say Pelosi was not... Well, we know Paul Pelosi was violently assaulted. So does that mean that he assaulted in the front lawn? Was he not in the... I don't know. Anyway. Spokesman Drew Hamill said the assailant is in custody and the motivation for the attack is under investigation. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a Republican. Like, you know, again, the demonization of Nancy Pelosi, is really horrible. Like, you know, the worst possible thing you can say about Nancy Pelosi, let's be honest, is that, one, she is a horrible politician. Like, we're talking, like, all-time F, right? We're talking about, like, dumpster sludge politician. She's garbage, right? She manipulates stocks and profits off of war, and she, you know, again, trades on insider information at the expense of the American people. And three, honestly, I don't like her as a person. I think her personality is disgusting. She reminds me of that bitch from Arrested Development. And honestly, just seeing her face really, really makes me cringe, right? But all of those things being factual, you know, again, Republicans talk about how she, like, drinks the blood of babies and how Nancy Pelosi is the head of a pedophile cult. I don't believe that is even remotely true, obviously. And so, again, the level of demonization compared to, like, just how, just no one really likes Pelosi at all. Like, you know, let's be honest, right? But she's not a fucking pedophile, Satan-worshipping blood drinker, you know, like, let's be real. So... let's be honest here. But again, right-wingers have been demonizing her and her family for decades as well. So that's another thing we have to understand. Pelosi just returned to Washington this week. Which one? Nancy, I guess? I mean, I don't know. From a security conference in Europe and is due to a keynote advocacy, blah, blah, blah. While the circumstances of the attack are unclear, the incident raises additional questions about the safety of members of Congress and their families as threats to lawmakers are at an all-time high almost 2 years after the violent Capitol insurrection. Now, again, there's this conspiracy running around recently. We're talking about the last week. We're talking about over the course of the last 7 to 10 days, right? There's been a new conspiracy in right-wing circles that you saw a little bit of it on that Trump voter focus group video I covered the other day, where like Nancy Pelosi, like people are accusing her of like, so there's like, again, January 6th conspiracy shit, but this over the last week or so, like week or maybe 2 weeks, there was a video released by the January 6th panel that showed Pelosi calling in guardsmen from Maryland by calling up Larry Hogan, the governor of Maryland, and Ralph Northam, who is the governor of, was it Ralph? Is his first name? I don't know. Of Virginia, to ask them to send the state branches and the National Guard in. And now, again, right-wingers have manipulated that video to make it seem like this is the smoking gun. She's calling in the Democratic operatives. She's calling in Antifa to frame the Patriots. Right? So, again, there's a lot of conspiracies running around on Nancy Pelosi recently. So, wouldn't be a shocker if this is one of those people. But also, I'm sure Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi have made a lot of enemies over a couple fucking decades in politics. So, anything sounds possible here. I don't know. But either way, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. You know, as much as I don't like these people, do I really want people breaking into their houses and fucking them up in the face? Probably not. So, there you go. Not good, folks. Not good. There you go. God, my nose is fucked up. Hi, Max Dog. Yo, there's a Max Dog here. Check this out. Hi. Max, are you a dog? Are you a dog? Look at this fucking dog, man. Look at this dog. Reminder, if you become a channel member, you get access to Max Dog's face, which you can therefore spam in the chat room whenever Max makes an appearance. Max, why are you so good? Why are you so good, Max? Look at him. Holy shit. Look at this dog. I got your ear. I got it. It's mine. I got your ear. Okay. Maxie likes it when I pull on his ears. Well, I don't know if he likes it, but he allows me to enjoy myself when I'm doing it, so I assume that means he likes it. Anyway, I'm fucked up today, so bear the fuck with me. It's already 10:40. 10:40 a.m. Above It All show on YouTube. Maybe, one of these days, I'm going to release like an Above It All box set, like a Blu-ray box set. It's going to be like 10 discs. It's every episode of Above It All. I'll find a way to integrate like the YouTube chat into it, I guess. You know, that's... But, there you go. 10-year anniversary. 5,000 episodes of Above It All. Check it out. I'll release that after the Cooking with the Bitch Blu-ray box set. Like, what's preventing me from releasing a Blu-ray? Like, I read somewhere that you need to pay Sony a licensing fee. Like, how much is that, though? Jesus, fuckface, asshole, Christ. I'm fucked up. I am fucked. I am fucked up by these allergies right now, so... It's not good. It's not good. Trying my best to survive here. Alright, let's jump in. So, on the Hill, I mean, like, I just want to talk about, look at this website. Look at this. This is the state of the Hill right now. So, okay, like, so we have the thing at the top, The Hill, breaking news, must apply to end lifetime Twitter bans. Okay. International, Brittany Griner supporters plan pot smoke out outside Russian embassy. And then you got this, Breonna Jorgray will rep. And then you got like random like images here. There's a bunch of black space. I mean, we're talking about like, this is a billionaire owned like news website. I'm trying to talk about this. This is what I'm trying to, but look at this, like just, it looks horrible, right? You know what I mean? Like just, it looks like, this is like a horror film looking at this fucking like visual design. Like, did they hire like a fucking 5-year-old to write this fucking goddamn website layout? Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. Anyway, let's scroll down. Get this fucking shit away from me. Oh my god, it's still showing up. Every time I scroll down, it's gonna show up. Are you fucking joking? Are you fucking joking? Get the fuck out of here. Why? Who made this website? Why would anyone make a website like this? I'm gonna try to refresh, because surely that's gonna fix it. Every time you scroll. Okay, I refresh it, and it did actually fix it. Okay, alright. Let's go in. Let's jump. I gotta fucking blow my nose again, okay? Oh my god, this is my last. I'm clinging to my last. Anyway. Demonstrators with advocacy groups DC Marijuana Justice plan to gather at the Russian embassy in Washington around 4:20 p.m. 400, did I say 420? 4:20 p.m. Thursday, and light up in protest of Moscow's treatment of WNBA star Brittany Griner on Thursday. So I guess this is yesterday. The move comes 2 days after a Russian court rejected Griner's appeal of her 9-year prison sentence for possessing cannabis oil cartridges in the country. We want Brittany released and free of the sham charges that Putin imposed on her as his failed invasion of Ukraine backfired, and he elevated Russia to the status of most dangerous rogue nation on the planet. DC Marijuana Justice co-founder and event organizer Adam Aidinger said in a statement, adding he wants Russian President Vladimir Putin to take a good look at what freedom looks like in the U.S. I mean... Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, like, one, doing a protest in Washington, D.C. at the Russian embassy does nothing. I mean, I'm just going to be, and I'm not trying to be, hey, if you showed up and you got high, that's a win. That's a win. Just getting high every day and whenever possible, that's a win in and of itself. But, I mean, look at the laws in this country. Like, the U.S. is not a free country. We have the largest prison population of any nation, right? Like, I think I've read a study that said we have more people incarcerated than most other major nations combined, right? Like, we have a fucked up country. This is not a free country, right? And then also, like, if the goal is to call on Vladimir Putin to release Brittany Griner, insulting him is not going to do that. Now, again, I agree. Like, you know, Vladimir Putin's failed invasion, I think that's funny. I think that's a funny thing to say. But again, if you're trying to make any sort of diplomatic dent with your demonstration, that's not the way to do it. To me, this is just an excuse to get high in public, and I'm all down for that. I'm down. Like, if I lived in DC, I would get high with these motherfuckers, and it sounds like we'd have a good time. Maybe get some food afterward, get some munchies. You know what's going on? But anyway, you know, again, I'm all in favor of wanting to release Brittany Griner, but it's not going to happen. It's just not, like, there's no chance of it happening at all. Like, Vladimir Putin has said very specifically that Brittany Griner is a political prisoner, and he has said that there's nothing that's going to happen where she would get released. It's just not going to happen unless, like, the U.S., like, you know, maybe, like, let's say 3-4 years from now we have a Republicans in control of all Congress or whatever and presidency, and they, like, make a deal to stop funding Ukraine's defense or whatever, and then, you know, it's possible in the future. But, like, I'm just saying that's not going to happen. But, you know, again, Joe Biden recently asked state governments to pardon all, you know, nonviolent drug offenders that were arrested with marijuana possession. So if you wanted to take this kind of protest to state governments, again, red states all across the country, Joe Biden called on them to pardon and release nonviolent marijuana possession charges, you know, people, even if they have already been released, to wipe their records clean. So it would be a lot more effective to go to these state houses, to these governors' mansions, and try to force them to do that. Now, again, I don't want to be here and nitpick, you know, I don't want to be here and be the protest police, because I despise that position. I hate people that go out of their way to, like, criticize protest all the time. So, you know, again, you know, I just want to see more kinds of action. Like, I love the idea of going to a protest and, you know, everyone's got to join or whatever, and it makes that smell, and then everyone in like a fucking 5-mile radius knows what the fuck's going on. You know, like, I like that. I think that would be cool, especially in an illegal state. You know, like, imagine going to South Carolina and doing something like that. That would be powerful, right? But again, I don't want to be the protest police. I think what they're doing is fine. It's just that I hope everyone involved knows that nothing's going to happen. Cannabis is a medical and personal choice for adults in America. That is not true. No matter the party, gender, religion, or race, that is not true at all. Putin hates freedom, but that's exactly what we want to give him, a freedom toke. I mean, that's okay. I agree with that, but it is not true that cannabis is a medical and personal choice for adults in America. In some states, in most states, actually, yes, it is true. But in America, right? In America, that is not true. That is not true at all. So I personally don't think protesting in this fashion is actually too good, because it's just like lying to the people in the protest about like America's track record. I don't endorse lying about your side to make another side, you know, to make them feel owned or whatever. I don't endorse that. Edgar told Washington Post the protest will also bring flags with green pot leaves and a 50-foot inflatable joint with a message about grinder. He also plans to throw marijuana leaves onto the Russian embassy grounds. Now that's cool. I love the idea of throwing marijuana leaves. Now again, I don't like the idea of wasting it, but hey, just throwing that out there. That's pretty cool. Biden administration says it has made Grinder's case, along with that of other Russian-held American former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, one of its top priorities, saying that both individuals are wrongfully detained. I mean, again, if I'm Vladimir Putin, I'm not giving up these prisoners. I'm just not going to, unless I'm getting something out of it. And like, I don't know, by any, what would create a scenario where Vladimir Putin would release these prisoners? U.S. would have to change policy when it comes to funding defense in Ukraine. Is the U.S. going to change that policy to get 2 people back into the country? No. So I'm just saying, they're fucked. They're fucked. So, you know, there you go. Hoping for the best, but either way, any excuse to get high in public, I'm down with. But you know, that's I don't know if that's going to be too effective, but, you know, hopefully they know that, and hopefully they're just doing a signal boost. But I also don't like the idea of lying about America. America is not a free country. Cannabis is not a recreational or medical option in a lot of states in this country. In fact, most states that are predominantly black have extremely strict marijuana laws, and that's not a coincidence. Again, the war on drugs in this country was founded by racism. 5 years after the Civil Rights Act, the Richard Nixon administration wanted to find a way to criminalize black people and strip their right to vote, and they made marijuana and you know, drugs as a whole more legalized, and then forced them into those communities. So again, the red states have disproportionately high amounts of black people in them, and red states destroy their states with gerrymandering and other things, and manipulation of how they vote for state legislatures. You ever wonder why most of these red states are Republican and mostly white, even though the populations of these states are mostly black? It's because they cheat. They cheated elections. It's that simple. And they do so because, again, there's a lot of black people that over the last, 40, 50 years, over the war on drugs, have had their right to vote stripped away from them because they might have been walking home from work one day and they smoked a joint and then a cop arrested them and now they're a felon for the rest of their lives, right? So again, I gotta blow my fucking nose like a motherfucker, man. Holy shit. I'm actually at a point where it's like, it's Jesus. Anyway, that's my segment on that one. God damn it. What the fuck? I'm fucked up. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like crying now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. I'm picking up used tissues off the floor now because this is what I'm dealing with. All right. Fuck. I'm fucked. And again, not in the good dick way. I don't even know if I couldn't get fucked in the good dick way looking like this. Holy shit. A neti pot? I don't know. That sounds kind of gross, to be honest. Or like, is it like a small pot that you put on your face or some shit? Sounds scary. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Not good. Oh, okay. That's a shame, Andrew Kohler, because I'm about to launch into a Supreme Court story. All right. 20 Democratic senators ask Supreme Court to reject once fringe theory in elections case. I covered this before on my channel, but the, what is it, like the independent state legislature theory or some shit? New York Times website, I have a paywall blocker, and for whatever reason, it does this to the website, so, you know, just bear with me. I'm not paying the New York Times, so I'm getting their content for free, so this is the cost. And I'm publicizing, so not only am I getting the content for free, but I'm sharing it with the rest of the class. The only thing I ask you is to just deal with this. If someone was to provide to me a better ad blocker that doesn't do this, or paywall, you know, whatever, bypass that doesn't do that, I'd love that. But for now, that's what I'm dealing with. A group of 20 Democratic senators filed a brief on Wednesday urging the Supreme Court to reject a legal argument that would give state legislatures extraordinary power over federal elections. The brief, filed by Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, draws parallels to the checks and balances of the federal government, especially Congress, as clear indication that the so-called independent state legislature theory runs afoul of the Constitution. Now, again, what is this theory? I know the New York Times is going to describe it a little bit here, but basically, if this theory were to be, you know, ruled to be accurate by the Supreme Court, what it would basically mean is democracy is over, and whatever the state legislatures are right now is just going to be forever, and they're basically going to decide every election in the state legislature. It gives the state legislature more power. So, like, for example, let's look at Pennsylvania, right? Let's look at Michigan, right? These states, right, what they could do is, doesn't matter if a Democrat wins, you know, they get 10 more million votes in that state's, you know, fucking presidential election. Who knows, right? Doesn't matter. They will have the power to decide what the electors are. And that's essentially what this case is about. Now, I don't know. Is the Supreme Court brazen enough to just destroy U.S. democracy right now? Like, is it possible that they'll destroy it right now? I don't know. Honestly, I can't tell you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Supreme Court would never do this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that because I don't know. I have no fucking idea. All right. The senators argue, although while the Constitution grants state legislatures the responsibility of setting the time, location, and manner of federal elections, the Constitution also requires state legislatures to follow the same procedures when making rules for federal elections that they use to make other state laws. The clause, they write, does not allow state legislatures to bypass the same restrictions imposed by state constitutions, the very documents that create and empower them. Once considered a fringe argument only found in the far reaches of conservative legal thought, the independent state legislature theory is now at the center of a redistricting case in North Carolina before the Supreme Court, set to be heard in December. That case, Moore v. Harper, involves a congressional map drawn by the Republican-led legislature that was rejected by the state's Supreme Court as a partisan gerrymander. Republican lawmakers sued, arguing that the court had no authority to reject the map, that North Carolina Republicans have argued that the clause means state legislatures alone are responsible for drawing congressional districts, and the courts have no role to play. So what that means is gerrymandering no longer exists. There's no such thing as gerrymandering, and what I mean by that is that gerrymandering is when we know, hey, this district is fucked up, and then we can take, you know, steps to unfuck it, right? That's gerrymandering. But what this is going to allow them to do is to gerrymander the districts with no ceiling, right? It's going to turn into like that fucking Dan Crenshaw's district in fucking Texas or some shit, right? That's crazy fucking shit. Should the Supreme Court side with North Carolina Republicans, it could give state legislatures across the country broad authority to write voting laws, draw district maps, and set other electoral rules without being subject to review by the state. Some legal scholars argue that it could open up the possibility that a legislature could subvert the will of the people in a presidential election. Quote, the nightmare scenario is that a legislature displeased with how an election official on the ground has interpreted her state's election laws would invoke the theory as a pretext to refuse to certify the results of a presidential election and instead select its own slate of electors. So that's the big thing here. It just gives them power that they don't have. It's just that simple. Oh, man, fuck me. Fuck. Ms. Klobuchar said she and other senators filed the brief as part of a fight against continuing threats to democracy. Quote, what we've seen are state legislative efforts to threaten our democratic processes and really limit opportunities for people to vote, she said in a brief interview. This is so critical to, with my colleagues urge the Supreme Court to blah, blah, blah. Anyway. So that's good. I'm glad that they're mentioning it. It's better the Democrats are acknowledging that the train is coming rather than just pretending the train is not coming. But does anyone really think a Democratic letter is going to change the Supreme Court their mind? Like Clarence Thomas is going to go like, oh, actually now that you sent me this letter, I'm really rethinking my... That's not a thing. That's not happening. So again... Really what this is doing is this is just an excuse for this to get into the news and for more people to talk about it and prepare for it. That's really what this letter is. And that's why I'm talking to you about it, because I'm trying to glean any and all value that I possibly can from this letter. And again, that is the only value, is this idea that this can be bumped in the news and that more people will talk about it and more people will know about it. So if you did not know about the Independence Day legislature theory that right-wingers are trying to get the Supreme Court to side on, now you do. Now you know the train is coming. Thank you, Amy Klobuchar. So there you go. But either way, the train is still coming, and needless to say, it's not going to stop. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's possible, right? It's possible. But if I had $5,000 to bet on which way the Supreme Court would rule on this case, needless to say, I don't know if I would feel comfortable betting, but if I were to bet, I would bet that they will rule in favor of the Independent State Legislature theory, because at this point, what do they have to lose? What do they have to lose? Really, think about it. What do they have to lose? I don't know. So, anyway, there you go. That's the last news item for today. Thank God, which I don't believe in because I'm an atheist and I'm smarter than people that believe in God, let's be honest. But thank God, because my nose is fucked up. I'm fucked up. So I'm going to be jumping into a movie review in a little bit here. But once again, I'd like to remind everyone, feel free to follow me on twitch.tv. We'll be streaming there around 5:30, 6 o'clock. What I'm kind of doing on Twitch is I'm giving myself like an hour-long window. And I want to start the stream within that window. So it's 5 to 6 o'clock. I will start at some point in that window. Subscribe to my Doom channel on YouTube. I'm 11% of the way to monetization, so there you go. And yes, so am I gonna make it with my nose? I will see. I usually this stuff I woke up at like 9:30, so usually this shit lasts like 3 hours max after I wake up, but not to be confused with Max, who's a dog and he's on the floor, which is also really important information. Oh Jesus Christ, fuck me, my face, and my nose. And my face. Fuck them all. But anyway, let's jump into a movie film review. So last night, I watched a film. Some would even say a movie film. Now, before I jump into it and throw it on the screen and tell you what movie I watched, motherfucker, you gotta watch my other reviews of the other films in this series. Because needless to say, this movie sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I watched Alien 3. I thought this movie was horrible. Like, I don't say that lightly. I like a lot of bad movies. I love them, right? I just, I reviewed Birdemic. I would rather you watch Birdemic than Alien 3. I didn't know. I didn't know. Like, people had told me that Alien 3 is not as good as Aliens. I didn't know that this is what they meant. I did not know that. So anyway, Alien 3, I have so much to say that's offensive to this movie. But I'm going to start by saying that, one, killing off the two main characters from the previous film, horrible decision. 3, the premise of, like, it being an all-male, like, prison colony, horrible decision. The idea of there being one alien as opposed to aliens, similar to the first movie, great decision. I loved that. The CG, oh my god, the CGI in this movie. Like, again, I watched Birdemic yesterday. Birdemic has, I'm not even joking, better CG than Alien 3. The CG in Alien 3, like, again, and I don't mind it. Like, Terminator 2, released in the same year as Alien 3. Terminator 2 has really bad CG in it, but, like, it's very rare that it's used, and when it's used, it's in, like, a kind of really cool way. So, like, you know, it's something they really couldn't do with a practical effect, right? Whereas, like, the CG in Alien 3 is shit that they could have done with practical effects, but they were lazy and chose not to, right? So, again, that's the thing. Like, Terminator 2, bad CG, but they use it sparingly, and that makes it look good. Alien 3, horrible CG, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I just got to be honest. The actors in this movie are good, right? Sigourney Weaver, good in her role. But the characters and the writing are horrible. The characters are horrible. Like, Ripley in this movie is horrible, right? Like, all the characters are terrible. They're just garbage, right? The writing is garbage. Why is this movie even a real thing? I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Now, again, I've never seen the Alien movies before this year. I saw Alien for the first time a couple months ago. I watched Aliens, like, a couple nights ago. I loved it. I was so into it. So I jumped into this movie thinking, like, even if they can't, like, it's hard to capture lightning in a bottle 2 times. They did that already. So but, like, Jesus Christ. You know, like, wow. Like, this is a movie, I really honestly have not seen a movie in a long time that genuinely made me, like, just angry. And Alien 3 really did genuinely make me angry. Like, this movie is terrible. Like, it really is terrible. Like, it's so bad. Like, and again, let me describe why it's bad. Now, it's not just the CG, right? It's not just the CG, which is horrible. Like, again, like, the CG is so bad that it's almost good. But, like, the thing is, like, you can tell they're really trying hard to make it look good, and they're failing. Like, they get a negative 10 out of 10. Like, that's how bad they failed. But, like, the thing about it is, like, the movie has no good parts to it. There's no good parts. The only good parts to this movie are a couple action scenes where, like, I like the end when Sigourney Weaver kills herself. That's good. I like when the guy, like, gets blown into the fan. I like that. You know, I like one of the best scenes in this movie, it doesn't even involve the alien. It's when some of the male prisoners are trying to rape Ripley, and then, like, one of the other guys beats the fucking shit out of them and kills them with a crowbar, and then there's, like, little, like, bits of brain on the crowbar. That was cool. But, like, overall, I gotta say, this movie is horrible. Like, again, and I say this, I love a lot of bad movies. I just want to say my tolerance for bad movies is extremely high. In fact, I would even say I love bad movies. I think bad movies are fun to watch, but Alien 3 it's not just a bad movie, it's just a horrible movie. Like, and again, I don't want to be, I hate coming on here and doing negative movie reviews. Like, but I'm trying to think, like, what's good about this movie? What is good about this movie? I don't know. The alien doesn't look scary. Even the practical effects, like the puppets, are way lesser quality than the first 2 movies, right? But then the CG is just so bad, right? So every fight with the alien, right? Like, have you seen Alien 3? Like, did I watch, like, a bootlegged version? You know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, there's no way that they released a movie that actually looked like this, right? Because you have the alien, the effect, the practical puppet or whatever it is, who's like a dark green and black alien. But then the CG is like a bright green alien. So, like, throughout the movie, the alien is changing colors. And at first I thought, is it multiple aliens? And then I realized, no, it's just one alien, right? That's the meme with Alien 3 is they go back to one alien. Because at first I was like, there's no way that that's the same one. There's no way that they made the CG look that bad. There's no way that they would do that. Did anyone see this? Did anyone was there any quality control at all? Like, any quality control at all? I didn't see it. I didn't see any, right? The alien, when it's CG, is green, and it looks so bad, and there's so many scenes where, like, the CG phases on top of things that, like, you know, like, where it goes through a door, but, like, it doesn't tie up the doorway correctly, and then it just, oh my god, it's horrible, it's horrible. If you have seen Alien 3, like, did I miss something? Like, did I watch the wrong version of this? Is there, like, a director's cut or something that, like, makes this movie good? Is there, like, a version that fixes the CG? I don't know, but wow, this is a terrible fucking movie. A terrible fucking movie. And again, Sigourney Weaver, as good as she is as Ripley, couldn't save this fucking movie, man. Holy fuck. Like, the writing, the story itself, the premise of the story, already terrible, right? The idea of killing off the main characters, right? And then, like, you know, it's just the male-only prison planet, and then rape is, like, a fucking like, the major part of this film is everyone telling Sigourney Weaver, don't leave the fucking room because they're gonna rape you. That's like the whole first half of this movie is these motherfuckers are gonna rape the shit out of you. By the way, they're gonna rape you. By the way, don't go over there because then those guys are gonna rape you. Did you know that the prisoners are gonna want to rape you? And then they do want to rape her, right? And she almost gets raped, and then the alien comes and fucks people up. And then it's like, I don't even care about the alien fucking people up because they're all rapists. Maybe some are good people, I'm not sure. But like, Jesus fucking Christ, this movie is so bad. It really is so bad. It really is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest again. Like, I like bad movies. Like, I need you to understand this about me. I love bad movies. Maybe I'll watch Alien 3 again in the future, right? And going in knowing how bad it is, maybe I'd find a way to enjoy it. But like, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, like, again, this is a horror. Like, we're talking like negative 10 out of 10 energy. This might be like one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, it's really fucking bad. Like even on like a technical sense, it's bad. The writing, bad. The acting is the best part of this film, right? And it's still bad. Like, Sigourney Weaver is the best character when it comes to the acting. The rest of them, like, they play way too serious. Like, the way that it cuts the dialogue is strange. And again, the writing is so bad that the acting suffers as a result. Like, again, just the scenes with the alien crawling on the ceiling and it's bright ass green, right? And then the camera changes over to the character and they go like, whoa! And then it's a black alien. Like, they really didn't fucking make the alien CG the same color as the puppet. I can't. That had to be on purpose. They had to be trolling. Like, if the people that made Alien 3 want to come out and say, yes, we were trolling, we did this all as a joke, you know what I mean? Like, I would be in. I'd be in. If this was a joke, if I knew that they had done this as a joke, I'm all in, because that's funny as hell. But as far as I'm aware, this is not a joke. How the fuck? Tell me this. Tell me this. How the fuck? It's literally, like, I could fix the CG in MS Paint, right? Just change the color from bright ass green, like, to whatever the alien puppet. Like, why is it two different colors? Why are they so fucking different colors? Why? Who came up with this? Like, fuck. Now, again, I will say this much. After Aliens, the best part of this movie is the core concept of after Aliens and you have the colonial marines with the guns and the flamethrowers going back to the Alien 1 style where they all have no guns, right? In Alien 1 they still had guns a little bit, but this one they have no guns because it's a prison planet or colony, whatever it is, right? And so they have no guns, no weapons of any kind. I like that. That is the only good part of this movie from a concept standpoint, right? The whole, like, the first hour being like, you're gonna get raped over and over again. Like, how many fucking times do I need to hear that, like, yes, prisoners want to rape Sigourney Weaver? I understand. Does every character need to say this over and over and over again? Does there need to be an explicit rape scene? I don't really know. Why is that in the movie? I have no fucking idea. Like, this fight, and an alien is in the dog. An alien's in the dog. Okay, I mean, sure. I'm open to the idea that an alien could go inside the dog. But where did the alien come from? Did the alien come from, like, Newt or something, and then it came out of, like, what? I don't, like, I really just, the story The story makes no fucking sense. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's really bad. Right? And then you've got like the camera effects. Like there's some cool stuff where like the screen is twisting around, right? Like, you know, when it shows like the alien running on the ceiling, so like you see the alien's perspective, but then it shows you the alien and it's this bright green mess, and then it switches to the puppet, which is a dark green and black mess, and it's just like, even the puppet itself, like that's the best part of the movie, the practical puppet, but even that is horrible. Like why didn't they just use the same one from the first movie? I don't fucking know. But like, Jesus fuck, man, I have not seen a movie this bad in a long time, and I tell you this, having seen this movie 22 hours after watching Birdemic. Now again, Birdemic, you gotta watch Birdemic. I just want to spend this Alien 3 review in summary by saying, if you didn't watch Birdemic last night, watch it now. That being said, I watched Birdemic, then I watched Alien 3, and I can tell you for a matter of fact, Alien 3 is the significantly worse film. Like, Birdemic is like, we're talking like 30, 80, 200 times better than Alien 3. We're talking about like not even in the same fucking universe. We're talking about like hyperdimensional like levels of a gap, a power gap between Alien 3 and Birdemic. And that doesn't even mention between Alien and Aliens versus, like, that's a drop off, man. Like that, holy shit. Now again, Alien, amazing movie, magnificent, flawless. Aliens, almost like the same. It's probably even in some ways it's better. It's so good. How the fuck did they do that twice? You're telling me they made a masterpiece 2 times in a row? But then to go from that to fucking Alien 3, fuck me. Fuck. Wow. Like, if I could go back in time, I mean, needless to say, we wouldn't be sitting here watching me review Alien 3 right now if I had a time machine, because this shit would not be a thing. Like, fuck me. It's so bad. It really is. And again, the poster, 3 times the suspense. Really? Really? Like, I know it's Alien 3, so they want to play with the fucking 3 on the poster, but 3 times the suspense? And then also compared to what? Alien or Aliens? Because Aliens had a lot more suspense than Alien, because we already knew about the alien, and then they spent so long until we saw the alien, versus when in Alien we didn't really know what the alien was, so the suspense, but I don't know, you can make an argument. But is it 3 times the suspense of Alien or Aliens, or both combined? Because either way, that's not true. 3 times the danger. Really? Compared to Aliens? I mean, there were like 1,000 aliens. There was like a queen alien in Aliens. This one, there's just one fucking alien. 3 times the danger, my asshole. Maybe unless you count, like, the fact that Sigourney Weaver is at threat of being raped every fucking second of the first half of this movie. Maybe that's the danger. That's more dangerous than the fucking alien, as far as I'm concerned. 3 times the terror? I mean, really? 3 times the terror? Like, most of this movie looked like a really bad, like, skateboarding, like, montage, like a music video. Like, it just looked really bad. Like, if you would have told me Alien 3 was like an independent film and like a bunch of fans of the first movies made this, and this is like a student art project, like 10 people in like college class or whatever, like, oh man, we got like $5,000, let's make an Alien 3. If you would have told me that, I'd be like, okay, this movie's not that bad. But you're telling me this was released by a major studio? Is this a fucking joke? Is this a fucking joke? And I know I'm a little late to the party here. I've only seen Alien and Aliens recently. I saw Aliens the other day, like 4 days ago. I don't even know. Right, so I know I'm a little late to the party. I know a lot of people have probably already told you how bad this movie is, and I'm sure many people have talked about it, but Jesus fucking Christ. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. This movie is terrible. It is so bad. It is so bad. And again, a lot of the times when I say it's so bad, I say it's so bad it's good, but not in Alien 3's way. This is terrible. I mean, again, and it's very... Watch my reviews. I get criticized for always saying nice things about movies, but I cannot think of a nice thing to say about this movie. I can't. The special effects horrible, the acting horrible, the writing horrible, the premise horrible, the effects horrible, the CG horrible, like the story horrible, right? Like just it's just horrible. It's a horrible movie. The only good part is when Sigourney Weaver was about to be raped and then that guy was bashing the motherfucker's brains out with the crowbar. That was the best part of the movie. The best kill in this movie isn't even the alien. It's a prisoner killing another prisoner for trying to rape the main character. That's the best kill of this movie. I know I'm leaking mucus out of my nose. Just bear with me here. That's the best kill of the movie. Like, at that point, I'm thinking, whoa, is this like some Michael Myers shit? There's brains on the crowbar? That's a good effect. That's way better than any other part of the movie, and it's not even the alien that did that. Like, I mean, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, fuck. Wow. I'm shocked. I haven't seen a movie this bad in a long time. So anyway, that's Alien 3. I think I've said everything that needs to be said about that movie. I'm open to watching it in the future, like going in knowing it's bad. Maybe I'd find more enjoyment out of it. I don't know. But and again, I thought it might be bad, and once I realized how bad this movie was, I still didn't get any enjoyment. I don't know, man. It's just a terrible movie. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Alien 3. Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. But anyway, watch Birdemic. So that's all I'm going to say 2 days in a row. Watch Birdemic. That's, in summary, my conclusion for the Alien 3 review is watch Birdemic. So there you go. But anyway, that's the show for today. Wow. I mean, fuck. Wow. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Or not. I'm not sure. Who knows? I'm not gonna lie, I got some nose issues. Look at my nose, it's red as hell. So I'm gonna hurry up and end the stream. I know, I'm sorry, but I need to find like more tissues. I've been reusing the same one because I ran out throughout the duration of the show, and I didn't feel like taking a break to go get more tissues because I'm so dedicated to the fucking goddamn show that I couldn't fathom just taking a fucking 2-minute break to go get more tissues. So instead I picked them up off the floor and used them while I'm doing I'm sure that that's better for everyone involved. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all on Twitch later. 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever it is. Follow me on Twitch, Resident Evil 8. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
The fossil fuel industry, they weigh in so significantly. I mean, how could it be?
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
What rules, you sons of bitches?